Here's everything you get in the box of the Vax Air Silence Powered Head. You get this combination 3-in-1 nozzle. This way you can use it like a crevice tool. You can pull out the brush and you can use it for dusting your shelves and pelmets, etc. Or press this little button in, reverse it, and you've got a small upholstery nozzle. This of course is the powered head with its own independent motor. The power head has a 120 watt motor inside it. The vacuum cleaner has an 800 watt motor. As well as the power head, which can be used on hard floors with the brush turned off, you also have a regular carpet and hard floor nozzle. Now this nozzle can be used on carpets or lightweight rugs that can't be cleaned with a revolving brush, and of course with the brush down you can use it on your hard floors. You also get a telescopic extension tube made of metal. This tube is a power tube, so it actually carries electrical cable along the back of it which connects to the power driven head. And then finally you get the power hose with this quite comfortable handle. You've got a little suction control, which all that is, it's a vent that allows air into the hose. It doesn't adjust the suction control of the machine. It's not a motor speed control, it's just a simple vent. You also get an on-off button that enables you to turn the power head on and off. Unlike the Vax Air Revolve, you can't turn the machine on and off from the handle. You have to use the on-off switch on the cleaner itself. At the back of the cleaner you've got a washable HEPA exhaust filter located behind this black grill here, and that can be cleaned under running water. Make sure it's thoroughly dry and then you can pop it back in the machine. Also at the back of the cleaner you've got your on-off switch, automatic cord rewind, a parking bracket so you can store either the power head or the main carpet and floor nozzle, and a built-in carry handle. For manoeuvrability you've got two large wheels at the back of the cleaner, and underneath at the front you've got a 360-degree swivel caster. For the carpet cleaning demonstration I'm going to test the performance of both supplied nozzles, the power nozzle and the standard carpet and floor nozzle. I'm also going to test both nozzles on the hard floor as well. So this is the standard carpet and floor nozzle with the brush up for carpets. I'm going to pass it forward and back over one half of this dirt, and then I'm going to use the power head on the other side and we can compare the results. Okay, so let's just line it up, switch the cleaner on and get cleaning. Now that's quite a good result. I'm quite surprised by that. It's picked up most of the dirt. It's just given me a little static electric shock as well, thank you. It's picked up most of the dirt, but on closer inspection there's hairs and other fibres that are still clinging to the carpet. Now I'm sure if I went back a few more times, back and forward, it would probably eventually remove everything. But I haven't time to go back and forward, back and forward. I expect a vacuum cleaner to clean in at least 2 passes, or at least get the majority of the dirt. So off comes the straight suction nozzle. And you'll notice it was fairly quiet. It's called Silence, this vacuum cleaner. And it is quiet for Vax, but I have used quieter vacuum cleaners. Notably, the AEG Ultra 1 is a lot quieter than this Vax. Well, Silence applies to the cleaner itself. Once you turn the power nozzle on, you'll hear that it gets a lot noisier. Okay, let's pass the power nozzle. Make sure I've got it on the on position. In fact, I'll turn the machine on first and then I'll activate the power head. Now, this is the result I was expecting. It is very, very good. Although, yes, I'm saying it's very, very good. what I can see, and you may not be able to see from your vantage point, as I'm moving my hand over the carpet, there's still bits in it. Obviously it's just one forward and backward pass, but it hasn't cleaned everything. I'm going to have to do it again to remove the remaining dirt. Again, I'm getting static shocks all the time off this machine. That's not good. Okay, right. Most of it's gone. There's a couple of tiny bits, but you'd have to get down close to see them. But it does perform very well, I have to say that. But the Vax Air Evolve performed very well as well. I'm not purposely, I haven't put a load of muck down because I got a complaint from the Vax Air Evolve demo that I overfilled the container and that's why the filter blocked. So I'm making sure I stay below the max fill line on this machine. I can see it's still well below. I'll be able to clear up the rest of this without going over the max fill line. I'm going to show you the filter after I've cleaned this up as well, just to see how effective this machine is at filtering the dirt. It does have multi-cyclonic action, so hopefully it will do a reasonable job. Okay, let's have a bit of a close-up of the powered head cleaning the rest of this dirt up. Well, I can't fault the cleaning performance. And yet another electric shock, thank you. I've never been shocked so much by any vacuum cleaner. Yes, the performance is, yes, it is superb. It gets an A rating, I believe, for carpet cleaning performance, and it does deserve that A rating. Saying that, although it is a lot more comfortable to use than the Air Evolve, because it's got a much more comfortable handle. Also, the hose and tools aren't as clunky. The extension wand is more or less a normal size. The hose is a little bit thinner and it seems more flexible. So it does score over the Vax Air Evolve on convenience. But it's the same power head and it has the same problem as the Air Evolve power head. In fact, it doesn't really get under low furniture very well. You do have to twist the nozzle down, and even when you do, that's about as low as I can go. You can't go flat to the floor without the head tilting up. So I can get under my sofa, but I can't get right under it because it stops. Because I can't go any lower. If I try going lower, then the brush is raised off the floor, so it's not going to clean. So it's okay for expanses of carpet that are easy to clean, but doing around your furniture and under your furniture, then it's not so good. Now I think I stayed below the maximum fill line. Let's have a look. More or less, I may have gone slightly over it part of the way, but that's the max fill line and most of the dirt is below that. So let's have a look inside. Now I can already see by opening the top that there is a lot of dust on top of the cyclones. So despite the fact it having multiple cyclones, it still let a lot of that fine dust right through onto the pre-motor filter. But saying that, it's not too bad at all. So here's the condition of the pre-motor filter after that short demonstration. Obviously there was a lot of dirt down there and you wouldn't be expected to clean that up all in one go. So this may simulate, say, a week's worth of cleaning. But apart from one stray white hair, which was, I've no idea where that's come from because we looked after a golden retriever months ago, so I'm not sure where it managed to find that hair. It's not one of my dogs. But apart from that and a little bit of fluff, mainly what we can see on the filter is fine dust. With the Vax Air Evolve, it also let through an awful lot of larger particles, larger bits, larger clumps in fact, of fibres and things were left on the filter. But this one, it's basically just fine dust, so that isn't too bad. Of course there's a little bit more dust as well underneath the washable fabric filter. That side though is relatively clean. Having a closer look, yes, that still looks fairly clean, although I've just spotted after the filter it's let through this dust. Look, this has got dust, so the fine dust has passed through the filter as well. Of course there is another filter at the back of the machine, so it still has to pass through the HEPA filter at the back. I believe this does get an A rating for filtration, so it must manage to keep the dust in the machine, so the exhaust air that comes out should be clean for it to get an A rating. But all in all, that's fairly impressive. Certainly a better result than the Vax Air Evolve. I think I need to empty this container now, and then I'm going over into my kitchen to see how well this cleaner copes on hard floors. Right, I'm in my kitchen now, and I've put down some of the dirt from the previous demo, and I've added some rolled oats, some more rice and some flour. So there are plenty of different sized particles for the Vax Air Silence Powerhead to cope with. Now, because this cleaner can be used on hard floors with the power nozzle, with it in the off position, I'm going to try the power nozzle first, and then I'm also going to use the regular carpet and hard floor nozzle. So if the power nozzle works well on hard floors with the brush roll off, it means that you can go from carpet to hard floor without having to change the nozzle. So let's see how well it does. So making sure that the brush bar's off, that's going to turn on the motor of the vacuum. Again, another electric shock. This is a shocking video. Now, pretty impressive. A tiny bit of rolled oat left just there, I don't know if you can see it, but apart from that it's made a clean sweep. That is very good. Now let's remove the power nozzle now and fetch the regular carpet and floor nozzle. So I'm just going to do the same thing as I did with the power nozzle. Just going to pass the standard carpet and floor nozzle back and forth through the other side of this dirt. Now, that's a little bit too powerful because of the design of this nozzle, and this is a lino floor, and lino floors don't tend to be stuck down all the way round. With a powerful suction of a vacuum, especially with a nozzle that seals to the floor, it can, and this, in this case it has done, it can stick to the floor. So I'm going to try and do it again, but this time I'm opening the suction control on the handle. I'm opening it so it's on the minimum setting. Might as well just run down the middle, see if it does the same thing with a lower suction. And that's something else I'm going to complain about. The on-off switch often doesn't work. It's done slightly better with less suction power on my particular floor. All floors vary, All carpets vary, so you might get different results, but I often have trouble on this particular floor with vacuum cleaners. What it has done, and is common again with most vacuum cleaners, especially cylinder cleaners that have a brush at the front, it has snow ploughed some of the debris, some of the larger particles. It's just pushed them out of the way of the nozzle. Easy enough to remove, you just have to tilt the nozzle back and let the suction remove them from your floor. Okay, so it's okay on floors. I think the power nozzle actually did a better job than the standard carpet and floor nozzle. Okay, I'm off up my stairs now to see how convenient the Vax is to use on stairs. Because the Vax Air Silence has quite a short hose, it's not going to reach anywhere near up the top of your stairs. It might even go halfway. I'll see how many steps we can clean with the machine safely at the bottom. Now, it is possible, as you can see here, to position the machine on the stair this way, but it does overhang a bit and it's not the ideal situation. So I'm going to put the machine at the bottom where it's safest and just see how far we can reach with the hose. With the cleaner at the bottom of the stairs, I can safely clean 7 steps of a standard 13-step staircase, but I will of course need to lift the machine in order to clean the rest of the stairs, or put it at the top of the stairs. But if you do that, you have to be wary that you don't pull the machine down on top of you. Now, you can carry the machine as you're cleaning using the carry handle here. It's quite heavy. It's not very heavy, but it is quite a weight. It's quite a comfortable balanced handle, so it is possible, if you've got the strength, to actually hold it with one hand while directing the nozzle with the other. You have 2 options when you're using the Vax Air Silence to clean your stairs. You can select the 3-in-1 tool. You could use the upholstery side to clean your stairs. It's not very good though. You can also of course use the crevice nozzle part to do your edges, and then rotate the brush to the dusting side and dust the wooden parts at the side of your stairs. But a better option, although a heavier option, would be to attach the powered head directly to the handle, which you can do quite easily. It just fits on like this. So now you hold in your hand a very effective method of cleaning your stairs. It's rather heavy to clean your stairs with this nozzle, and you probably don't need to do it all the time, but at least once a month, if you clean your stairs using this nozzle, they'll get very clean. It'll help to lift the pile. One thing that has really annoyed me during the course of making this demonstration video is the on-off switch. Now, it's resulted in many outtakes and a lot of swearing. Now, I don't know if it's a fault with my cleaner or it's a design fault, but I find that I'm having to press the on-off switch a few times in order for it to turn on. Now, I don't know if it's because there's no textured surface. Now, normally on a foot-operated on-off switch and an automatic cord rewind, you'd normally have some sort of a textured panel, so if you're just wearing socks, it's easier to turn the machine on and off. With this cleaner, you really need to have shoes on with a good grip underneath, because otherwise, well, let's see if it works. It probably, sod's law, it'll probably turn on first time. Let's see. No. There we go. You just can't get the grip. It's just too shiny, it's too slippery. Well, it worked that time. Let's try one more for luck. I think you have to push it in just the right spot in order for it to turn the machine on. So that, for me, is a huge frustration and I don't like it. Before I sum up this Vax Air Silence vacuum cleaner, let's see how effective the automatic cord rewind is. Hopefully I'll be able to get some sort of grip on the pedal. Come on, no. Just have to help it along. Nearly, it's just about in. If I was to stand here for another few minutes, you would probably find the plug will eventually disappear. Again, because it's a slippery surface, it's very hard to get your foot on it. So I'm going to either have to wear shoes when I'm using this cleaner, or turn the machine on and off and rewind the cable with my hands. Okay, it's time for my summary. Would I recommend this Vax cleaner? Well, not at the price it's currently selling for on Vax's website, which is £250. I got mine from one of the recent Vax damaged box sales. I believe it was something like £60, and for £60 it's good value. Under £100 it's good value, but I would not pay £250 for this when you can get a German-made vacuum cleaner for that. Now, it does have a 6-year guarantee, that's a plus point, but in a recent Which Magazine survey, Vax came out bottom for reliability out of all the vacuum cleaner brands, so you might need to use that 6-year guarantee. The plus points of this cleaner: the performance with the powered head on carpets and hard floors deserves its A rating. It picks up very well. The cyclonic system on this seems a lot better than the Vax Air Evolve. It kept the filter a lot cleaner. It seems to have a bigger capacity, so that's going for it as well. It's also a little bit more convenient to use than the Air Evolve. The hose is thinner, the handle is more comfortable, the extension wand is thinner. It's just, on the whole, it's easier to handle than the fancy looking Air Evolve, which has good performance, but it had too many convenience drawbacks. So if you were looking for a powered head vacuum cleaner and you wanted a bagless cleaner, there's not much to choose from. But between the two Vax models, this is the one I would go for if you can cope with the on-off switch and the automatic cord rewind. As I say, it could be just a fault with my one, but it is too shiny and too smooth to be able to get a grip on when you're just wearing socks. So a good solid based slipper, I think, when you're using this vacuum cleaner is in order. So it's not a thumbs up, it's not a thumbs down, it's a sort of if you can get it for well under £100 and it's got the 6-year guarantee, of course register it with Vax, then it might be worth going for the carpet cleaning and floor cleaning performance if you can put up with the drawbacks. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please thumb it up. And please subscribe if you don't already, and don't forget, check my back catalogue. I've tested many different vacuum cleaners, carpet washers and other floor care appliances. So until the next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.